So, how exactly do you go from just making short, funny videos to becoming a full-blown digital tycoon? Well, today we're going to break down the story of Peller, one of TikTok's biggest rising stars, and figure out just how he built his empire.
Whenever a creator blows up this fast, there's always that one question on everybody's mind, the one thing we all really want to know. And it's a totally fair question, isn't it? I mean, we see the millions of followers, the videos going viral left and right, the non-stop content, but what does that all add up to in cold, hard cash?
The answer? Well, his estimated net worth is already sitting in the tens of millions of naira. But honestly, the number itself isn't even the most interesting part of this story. The real story is how he got there. So let's unpack that.
So how did Habib Hamza, the guy we all know as Peller, actually do it? It's so tempting to just label it an overnight success. But let's be real, that's almost never the full picture. The truth is, this thing was years in the making.
If you look at his journey, it follows a pretty clear path. This wasn't just a lucky break. He started out just creating stuff, experimenting. Then he found this unique comedic style that people just loved, and he doubled down on it. And notice how the growth came not just from his own personality, but from smart collaborations too. It was only after he built that huge, loyal audience that the big-time brand deals started rolling in. Classic case of building real value first.
Okay, so being famous is one thing, but turning that fame into an actual, sustainable business, that is a whole other ballgame. So how did Peller turn all those millions of views into millions of naira? Let's take a look under the hood of his monetization machine.
So this is what a modern creator's income looks like. It's not just one thing, it's a whole portfolio of different streams. And that's super smart, right? It protects him if, say, the TikTok algorithm changes or brands pull back on spending. But you can see it right away. One slice of this pie is way, way bigger than the rest.
Let's break this down a bit. Brand deals are his bread and butter. That's where a company pays him to feature a product in his content. Simple enough. But he's also making money directly from TikTok itself, through their programs that reward popular creators. And then you've got things like live gifts, which are basically like a digital tip jar from his biggest fans when he goes live. It's a system with lots of different ways for money to come in.
But even with the smart business strategy and the massive follower count, there's one core principle that powers his entire career. It's the engine that makes this whole machine run.
It's this: consistency. I know, it sounds so simple, almost boring. But this is the absolute non-negotiable that separates the casual creators from the pros who are building a real career.
This quote from our source material just says it all, doesn't it? He was putting in the work, day in and day out, long before the fame and the money showed up. That kind of commitment, that dedication to just showing up, that's what turned a hobby into a high-value profession.
And all that relentless consistency did more than just build his bank account. It actually transformed his whole identity in this space. He's really evolved beyond just being another content creator.
This right here is the key transformation. He made the jump from being an entertainer to being a business owner. And that means he's not just thinking about the next viral video anymore. He's thinking about long-term brand equity, lasting partnerships. He's building a platform that can survive way beyond any single social media trend.
So when we talk about his net worth now, we're not just talking about the cash from those brand deals. We're talking about the total value of his entire portfolio, his personal brand, his access to new business ventures, and his growing influence in the culture. Every single one of those is an asset that just keeps on growing.
So, looking at Peller's story, it's pretty clear it isn't about getting lucky or catching a single trend. It's a combination of a unique personality, a really smart strategy, and just relentless, grinding consistency. It really makes you think, right? What passion of yours could actually be turned into a profession in this day and age?